Hi, this is Valerie Henry Guillaume, and I want to bring to the attention of the public today what I believe to be major corruption. It's also a matter that I believe involves the public's interest in this matter. Okay? Because a lot of times when these people are corrupt, they don't want the public to know what they're doing. That's just how corruption works. So I'm going to start off by talking about an email that I received today at around 3:39 p.m. today, February 23rd, 2026. I got that email from someone named Jennifer Fraserly from the office of the clerk's office because I'd requested a video under the Freedom of Information Act involving an incident that happened in December of 2025. We're now in 2026. And so I requested this, and so she now finally got around to letting me know what this decision is in regards to the video that I'd requested. This video had to do with an incident that happened to me at a shelter called Belinda's Place in York Region, where I was assaulted by another resident. And so they have cameras all over the place. So this incident was caught on camera, obviously. And so even though the police was called and the matter was reported by me to the police, and I also brought the issue before the management and York Region to see what they were going to do about the situation since that attack against me and what the policies and stuff around what they should do to protect me. So I requested tape because after I reported it to the police, and this is the name of the police officer that I reported it to. His name is Nicolas BURGESS, badge number 2318. I found out on January 5th that he wrote on January 5th, 2026, case closed, civil dispute. I spoke to a staff sergeant when he read that information to me. His name is Gilder, Gilder, and I'm reading the information because I wrote it down. Badge number 1034. So he passed on to me that Burgess closed the case and that he regarded it as a civil dispute. Even though there was physical evidence from the video, which in my opinion he should have reviewed that as part of his investigation. He didn't do that. He just went and closed the case, and that's it. So I spoke with the staff sergeant. I said, no, I would like to know what's happening. So I spoke to the staff sergeant Gilder, whose badge number I just repeated. And he says, okay, well, I'm going to send an email to this officer's boss or whatever, staff sergeant, that how you feel about it, that you don't want the case to be closed, you want it to be investigated. So I followed up on January 20th of 2026 to find out, okay, what are they doing? I spoke to a PC Lewis on January 20th, and I was told the same thing that Gilder told me. He read to me, case closed, civil dispute. And I'm like, okay, I really need this tape now. So I requested the tape from the Freedom of Information, from the clerk's office. And I said I requested I need it for legal purposes because I have a number of problems with the fact that I was told that the police was not going to investigate this incident in regards to the attack on me. And the fact that there was a physical evidence there from the videotape and they just went and say case closed. So that does not prevent me from proceeding with this matter legally, which is the reason why I requested the tape, whether it's in the criminal courts or in the civil court. So I requested it. And the people who runs the shelter from the region probably have some idea why I requested the tape, but it doesn't prevent me from doing so. It's within my rights, and I did that. So today I spoke with Monica Bryce, who is the director who oversees that shelter. And I had a meeting with her on January 19. Her, Monica Sengoy, who's a manager with the regional staff, and also with the shelter director, Frederick Alfonso. And the purpose of my meeting with them was, what are you doing to protect my rights? You have the video, you viewed the video. What are you doing to protect my rights to be safe there? I was told by Monica Bryce that she hadn't viewed the tape, but the other two persons had already viewed the tape, and they didn't want to take any actions against this person. It was another resident by the name of Kiara, and they didn't want to take any actions against her in regards to the incident. Okay. And so I said, okay, fine. You haven't viewed it. I'm going to give you time to view the tape, and you can let me know what your decision is. So I touched base with her this morning. I said, did you view the tape? And she goes, she has viewed it. But she did not disclose to me what her professional view was as far as a decision maker, as the director, right? What she's required to do in that situation. If you view a tape that involves the violence against a resident in the shelter, what are you required to do? So she didn't state that. So I said, fine, I get it from you today that you have viewed it. Okay, that's fine. I will take it from there. So I got this email from Jennifer Fraser Lee today that, and I quote, I'm going to read what she said. A search has been conducted and the responsive video has been reviewed. A decision has been made to deny access in full under Section 14 of the Act to protect personal information. The disclosure of the video would result in an unjustified invasion of personal privacy. Whose privacy are they protecting? Would they have said that to a police officer who requested the tape for investigative purposes? I don't think so. Will I have the same right as a citizen to request that tape for that same reason as a police officer would? And now I'm being told that I'm being denied access to this tape. In my view, an offense was committed against me. In my view, the York Regional Police did not act appropriately in this situation by closing the case and regarding it as a civil dispute, which now caused me now to request the tape and says, I want to proceed legally with this further. And now they're denying me access to the tape. So if I wanted this videotape, because it's a videotape, this incident happened in the hallway and not a private space or anything. There's cameras all over the place. So it would have captured exactly what happened, which is why I requested the tape. Now they're telling me the disclosure of the video would result in an unjustified invasion of privacy. And I responded by saying that I will be taking whatever legal action is necessary in regards to her action in denying me the tape, the video. But I want to show you what I believe to be corruption that's linked between the police not investigating the matter and initially telling me on January 5th and again on January 20th that it's a civil dispute. There are no grounds to have this matter investigated, which now prompt me to say, okay, just because you won't, that doesn't mean that I can't or I shouldn't have access to that tape. Because in my view, if there's physical evidence that exists, it's my right under the charter for you to investigate that and not just to go and close the case and saying it's a civil dispute. So what I think is happening is that there's corruption going on between the York Regional staff, who is in a league with the shelter management to, in that particular case, not take the appropriate actions as far as the policies and to do that. In my case, nothing was done. They knew the incident happened and no action was taken against the perpetrator. I did not even try to defend myself in that situation. Nothing. 1 minute I was standing there talking to the staff, and this resident came up and attacked me, and she was pushed away by the guard when she attacked me. And I had the right to defend myself, but I didn't. And so I was relying on this video evidence of what happened. And now I'm being denied this videotape. And my rights to have this matter investigated by the police was also denied as well, because I was told, and I wrote it down, case closed, this matter is a civil dispute. And I was told this by a staff sergeant by the name of Gilder. On January 5th, 2026, Staff Sergeant badge number 1034 said that's what he read about the report. The officer who took my report, NICOLAS BURGESS, badge number 2318, closed the case. So again on January 20th, I called him back after the staff sergeant says that he's going to send an email to this officer's supervisor that I wasn't pleased with the fact that he closed the case, especially since there was physical evidence involving the incident that I wanted the officer to act upon and to be a part of the investigation, and that didn't happen when he said it's a civil dispute and close it. And I believe he said that to protect the management or just part of the corruption. But I wasn't going to argue with anybody. I just know what my rights were under the law and how I could proceed with protecting my rights under the law. So I requested the tape. And so today on February 23rd, in the email from Jennifer Lee, Fraser Lee, I'm told that the videotape, I was not going to be getting full disclosure of the videotape. You need full disclosure of the videotape to proceed legally. So I know that they're corrupt because I have a number of issues with these people as far as the racism and the abuse and things like that, and the conflict of interest between the shelter management and the regional staff. What they have allowed them to do that is against the terms and agreement of their contract with the region. So there's more involved in regards to their action. There's cover-ups. There is an attempt maybe to prevent me from proceeding. Not maybe. They're obviously trying to prevent me from proceeding legally with my matter against them, whether it's in the civil court by allowing me to be subjected to harm, or in the criminal court where I didn't agree with the police opinion that this was a civil dispute and they were not going to investigate it. I knew enough about the law that if I had the tape and I proceed with my own private information before a JP with the video and see how the court is going to proceed with that, or my civil matter with the region, because in my view they did not take enough actions to protect me, and so that I do have the right to proceed in a civil matter against them. I think they're trying to prevent all of this. And that's why this Jennifer Lee person now telling me that, the disclosure of the video could result in an unjustified invasion of personal privacy. I was on public property, and the video was recording that. It's a building that's owned by the government and operated and funded by the government, meaning the municipality. Although it's operated by the housing provider. We're all still members of the public there. And because it's the government, I also had the right to request the tape under the Freedom of Information Act. I'm going to be giving you more update to this situation because there's a bigger corruption involved. And I'm not afraid of exposing it. One of the problems that I have with this thing is in regards to the fact that there was physical evidence, such as the video. And even knowing that physical evidence existed, the officers still went and closed the case and say it's a civil dispute without doing a full investigation of that tape, which would have shown what happened to me in that incident. So in my view, he did not carry out his legal duty towards me. So I am going to be making another video in regards to this to keep the public aware of what's happening. Hopefully this person will send me that video, because I did pay my money unrequested under the Freedom of Information, and so I want that videotape to proceed legally as evidence in my legal proceedings. And the video will show exactly. Already when I requested the video, I said, make sure it's not redacted. Make sure no one's edited or anything, because I know in my head exactly what happened, okay? And I made it clear. I said, make sure it's not redacted. Make sure that no one edited. It's just the way that it was. And it seemed to me that there is some edited version, because she's stating that she cannot release the full video for privacy reasons. And I want the full video to be released. So now I have to take whatever legal actions I need to take to get the full video to be released. To me, it is my right to request that under the Freedom of Information. The full video. I want the full video to be released. So I'm just wondering if they go and they redacted anything or they edit anything or they feel that it's not in their best interest to release the full video. And I should accept that. No, I want the full. That's the only way that the law can operate properly if the full video is released. And I'm going to insist on that, and whatever actions I need to take legally to have the full video released, that's what I'm going to do. So this is Valerie Henry Guillaume, and I will be making another video as an update to this one.